Hello everybody, 안녕하세요, hola, bonjour. I'm here to vlog about My Secret Hotel. I'm going to try and do like a big overview of like episode 7, 8, and 9. I've yet to see 10 because it's not finished subbing yet, and I really, really, really need it to be finished subbing because like I am so blown right now. Like blown as in the part where like I'm not it's okay, it's shocking and then not shocking at the same time because like we all saw this coming, but like I'm at that point where I don't even know if I have second lead syndrome or I'm rooting for the main character or not. I am so in between. Like I'm at that point where where you would root for the second lead when you know he's ahead of the game and be like, yeah, keep going. But then when you see like the main is ahead in the lead in the game, you're like, yes, keep going. That's where I'm at. Like whoever's out in front, I'm like, yeah, keep going. And I'm like, oh my god. And then like when they're in the middle, like you don't know which one she's gonna go to or which one you want her to choose. That's where I'm at. Like I feel so bad for the main, and then I feel so bad for the second lead, and I want both of them to win when they can't. I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what's wrong with me. What's wrong with me? Why can't everybody just? Why can't they just share? Like that would be so awesome, right? Anyway, so leaving off from what I was telling y'all on episode 6 where it ended, right? Was his wedding day. So as his wedding day progressed further in episode 7, like the bride, like she pulled a Julia Roberts in Runaway Bride. She dipped. She was like, I can't do this. I need to marry the one that I love, or I need to be with the one that I love. And she ran away with her chauffeur. Like, they just did. They like got the hell out of Dodge and like left. So that left the hotel without a bride, and Yuna's character was flipping out. Like she was like, "Oh my god, what am I supposed to do? This was supposed to be the wedding that fixed the hotel's reputation." Like, I really don't understand how one wedding was gonna do that, but I guess, right? So then the guy, the main ex-husband dude, he is not all that upset about it. Like he is just like, I can make this work for me. I can do this. And he went up to Nam So Hyung, which is in Yuna's character, and he was like, "Be my bride." And I was like, "What? Like you can't? They can't? She can't?" Because what I forgot to mention in the last video of My Secret Hotel is that the director dude, he took charge. She actually won after like the whole tripping up of feelings when the ex-husband was like saying about their wedding and how he wanted his new wedding to be, and like she was getting all emotionally tripped up. She ran over to the executive director of the hotel and confessed to him that she was previously married, that she's planning her ex-husband's wedding, and he was upset that she hid this fact from him. And he was all like, you know what, forget that I asked you out. What we're gonna do now is that you're now my girlfriend. So going into 7 and 8, they were supposed to be dating, and he actually went away from the hotel during the wedding to check out another hotel that's under their corporation or for some one XY reason. So he wasn't there to like help her, and then she got swindled into being the substitute bride. Because like there was this other reporter lady that was after the director dude as well, so she saw her opportunity like shining. She's like, you need to think of like all the employees if this wedding doesn't go through. Who knows what's gonna happen to them? So like if this wedding doesn't go through, they're all gonna lose their job. Everybody's gonna lose their job, and every hotel employee around them were like, I want to keep my job, so you want to be a bride? So then she got married to him, and they went on a honeymoon at a hotel that the director was staying at. Oh my god! This is like brushing quickly over 7 and 8. So they got married, and then they went into the honeymoon suite that was for the original bride and the ex-husband, and they just try to do the best that they can. something else popped up. Another person died. That ended up in their hotel suite in the bathroom, which Nam So Hyun, again, Yoo and Na's character, discovered. And I was like, dude, how many people are gonna die? Like, who is killing off all these people? Because you briefly see her arguing with somebody in their hotel room, and then her running away, and her getting injured, and then her falling into the jacuzzi tub and like snapping her neck on the rim, and that's how she died. And then that's where Nam So Hyun, well, Yoo and Na's character, you get what I'm trying to say. She finds her. And, like, they go on their honeymoon regardless. Like, everybody tries to pretend it doesn't happen and all that stuff. But it does. Everybody but Nam So Hyun is aware of it. Or, again, Yoona's character. Because I feel like I'm saying the main character's name wrong. And I feel like I am. So I'm going to go with Yoona's character. So Yoona's character, like, goes, like, oblivious onto the hotel vacation. And, like, he's there, the director dude's there, and then guess who shows up at the hotel room to disturb Yuna's character and the ex-husband? The runaway bride. Like, the bratty runaway bride comes with her chauffeur, and she's like, well, since my mom cut off all my cards since I ran away, and I figured since my hotel, the name was in the hotel and the room was in my name too, I'd stay here. I'm like, when did you think this was okay? When possibly did you think this was okay? But she thought it was okay, so she ended up kicking out Yuna's character and the ex-husband to sleep outside in a tent. Like that was romantic. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, you let her, after, like, dude, do you have balls? Do you? You just let her kick you out and she left you at the altar. I mean, despite the fact that you didn't really want to get married with her in the first place, like, disregarding that fact, she jilted you and left you brideless at the altar. You know how humiliating that can be? Like, legitly, you, even though you didn't want to marry her, you were going to go through with it. Why? I don't know why. I mean, I thought somebody was going to be a grown-up about these and say to their parents, that's another thing I really don't get about Korean drama. Like, man or woman up when it comes to decisions about your life. Like, you have parents there saying you can't be with this person or you can't be with that person. Like, dude, you run your own business. Like, the ex-husband, he runs his own business. Like, there's a fine line between disrespecting your parents and then having them control your life. And this is what I see frequently in Korean dramas. If you are able to financially support yourself, like, I don't understand why you would be okay with your family dictating who you love. Like, for me, that's just not okay. Like, I want to say who I'm going to love and who I'm going to be with, not like, oh, I love this person so horribly, I'm going to let my family treat them, like, disrespectfully and all that. Like, that's the person I want to be with. If I can take care of myself, I mean, if I'm financially dependent on the parents, and I can't, like, okay, that's a different story. Like, I understand that. Like, if I'm financially dependent, like, my whole life rides on them approving or denying my activities, okay. But then, like, if you, like, he has his own business. Why are you just wet? Just wet. I'm like, ugh. Yeah. Okay, anyways. So, like, they sleep out in a tent, but then, like, I guess Little Spoiled Princess has a little argument with her beau, and he gets thrown out the hotel as well. Since Yuna's character, like, doesn't know what she's feeling, she goes back into the hotel and sleeps there. So they have their one night little thing, and everybody's ready to go the next day. So when she prepares to leave, she almost runs into the director dude, and this is like episode 8 here that I'm talking about. And she narrowly, like, avoids that. I thought he left as well. So then, when she goes to go leave with her ex-husband, and then the spoiled princess comes out saying, oh, I don't know why I abandoned such, like, a good oppa or something like that. Like, he really was heartbroken over this. Like, really, sweetie, if you really want to know the truth, he was so not heartbroken over this. But then she was like, I don't understand like how I can abandon him when he's such a good oppa and his first marriage like was a failure. She was like, wait, what? She's like, yeah, like the girl just abandoned him too. And then she was like, is that what he told you? So as soon as she saw him, she sucker punched him. I was like, oh well, see what happens when you hear what is being said behind your back. I don't know if you really deserve this. I don't even know what was really said about her if it was true. Because we all know the spoiled princess just takes and twists things around. What? Huh. So they all asked what's wrong, and everybody's confused. And she was like, "How can you say all those lies about me and stuff like that?" And then that's when the director of the hotel shows back up again. I'm like, "Oh, you're back. You didn't leave." I'm like, And he's like, "Do you not character?" He's like, "What's going on here?" And I was like, "Ooh, you got caught, 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 you got caught." I was like, oh my god. You should have just, like, from the get-go, you should have just told him over the phone all the several times that he called you throughout the... You should have said something. Not that the wedding went fine, not that everything was okay, not that, no. You should have said an SOS, an ASAP, something to him to say, look, I got swindled into getting married with my ex-husband again. I need help. Giselle, something. SOS, ayúdame. Something, but no. Did she? She's just like, oh no, it went fine. It went fine. Thinking she was gonna be able to cover this whole, like, I don't get in K-dramas when you think you can, like, lie your way out or cover something that's bound to be found out. Like, really? How are you going to cover a marriage that was interviewed about, that was photographed about? Like, he had runs his own company. Of course, everybody in Korea is going to know about his marriage, apparently. Especially since his parents are, like, I'm assuming they're part of some big corporation or something like that. How are you gonna, like, hide that? I would have just saying, like, oppa, something, please, help. Sale? No? Anything? Jesus. So that's how that episode ends. And then now we're on 9. Like, I'm Google. Because then she went and, like, explained everything to him. And then you have the ex-husband, like, being heartbroken on the other side, like, wondering what she's gonna do. Because he was really, really, really sincere about this. He wants to get back with her. And I'm like, oh, you're so cute. But, like, in the beginning, we still don't know why they broke up. Because, like, through all these episodes, from beginning 1 to, like, 10. No, to 9. Because we're on 9. I have yet to see 10. All the way to 10. We still don't know what caused them not to be together, right? So, like, throughout the episode, we find out, first, her reasoning of what happened, and then we find out his. And at first, you're totally on board with her reasoning. I was like, dude, he a bastard. And then when you find out his reasoning, I'm like, oh, I was like, I don't know what side to choose now. Who was right, who was wrong, who was like, wait, what? So, like, you feel bad for, like, the director dude, because you can see he's really, really sincere in his feelings for her. And, like, he was like, he told her to leave the hotel room that she was in with him, the ex-husband, and to stay in his hotel room. He's like, it's okay. Like, I want to get you another hotel room, but there's no more room, so stay in mine and I'll stay in the car. So then, when she tries to get her stuff from the hotel room, the ex-husband's like, you ain't going nowhere. Where do you think you're going? So he takes her place instead. That whole scene right there. I just cannot. Like, the ex-husband's so childish. So childish. Like, he goes up into the room, like, he owns it, and then he explains to him that, to the director, he's like, so you were disappointed that, it wasn't Namso Hyun? And then he was like, I guess. And then he's like, so why did you get married? So, since the fraud at the director did, he was like, what, the first time or the second time? And then you can see that visibly irks, like, the director did, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so cute. And then, like, what happened is that he ends up explaining, he was like, the first time I married was because we were both in love. And this time is because I want to get back the woman that I love. So I was like, oh my god, it's so cute. But then this is where the childness comes out more, because after that, like, they both go into the room with a separate bed, and then all hell breaks loose. Like, he was like, the director was like, which bed do you want? And he's like, it's your room, you choose. So the director was like, oh, I'll take the bed near the window. And then, so just because the director dude wanted the bed near the window, the ex-husband was like, I finally changed my mind. He sat down, and then the director dude almost sat on top of him, and then the ex-husband was like, what are you doing? And then I was like, oh my god, I can't, he's so childish. And then we have a whole shower scene with the director dude. Oh my god. My face just red. Like, one thing Korean, I was like, that body of the director, because the director dude, he comes out of the shower just wrapped in a towel, like, that was okay. I was like, oh my god. Like, what? I'm like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Like, he's hot. And then I kind of find the ex-husband to be hot as well. Like, I don't know. I don't know. So anyways, we progress further, and, like, they all leave the hotel in their separate ways. And then that's what we find out, is that what happened with the marriage is that, from her point of view, he abandoned her. Like, she came home one day, and all his stuff is gone. So he abandons her. Like, that's all she saw. That's all, like, her point of view of what she saw, that he was gone. And there was just an airplane ticket from New York, from Las Vegas to New York. And a letter, well, not a letter, it was just a small, like, picture, I think, with the, like, writing on the back of it. And that's all she had. And he was gone. And she actually, like, physically, like, I think she basically starved herself. Because, like, day in and day out, she didn't eat anything. You just saw the night and day go, the night and day go, the night and day go. And she just sat there. I'm like, oh my god, he's such a bastard. He left. But then you find out from his point of view is because his company needed him. Like, he had postponed going back to New York for months to be with her, and he had been trying forever to convince her to start again with him in New York, but she was being stubborn and saying, like, I've worked so hard to get here in Las Vegas, and Las Vegas has one of the best hotels, and this is what I want to do. And then he was like, but I postponed my work to be with you as well. So I'm like, where's the compromise? Like, oh my god. Like, so I guess he left to try and fix some things quickly with the company, and then he was going to try to come back for her, but she never waited. Well, she waited, but for her time it was too long, and for his timing it was too short. Like, and I don't know who to choose. Because then you have on the one side the director dude that wants a future with her, and then you have the ex-husband that wants to recreate the past, because it was never really because he stopped loving her and just abandoned her. He still loves her, and he still wants her, and you know she still has feelings for him and wants to be with him, but then she has, I guess, his other feelings, and then all I can think is, like, who am I supposed to choose? I'm like, at one point, like, towards the ending of this episode 9, like, the director, he was being all cutesy, and he was like, I need a recharge of my batteries, and he's like, can you do that for me? She's like, sure, what do I have to do? And he kisses her, and she has her eyes wide open, and then you hear the voiceover of, like, the ex-husband, because he's having, like, a drinking stupor with his company people, and he's like, my heart hurts so much, and I'm like, who? Because, like, the kiss, I'm like, oh my god, it's a kiss, and then I'm like, but the ex-husband, I'm like, because I'm usually a person that, like, is first come, first serve. You were there in there first, you deserve to be with her, unless, this is the exception for me, you did something to drop the ball. Like, perfect example, like, from one Korean drama and one Taiwanese drama. Perfect example, Boys Over Flowers. I know a lot of people aren't gonna like me for this, but Ji-Hoo's character, that she Gun Jun-die loved first, but then fell in love with Gun Jin-pyo. I feel like even though everybody wanted Gun Jun-die to end up with him, he dropped the ball. He left to France for another woman. That all, he's disqualified. I'm sorry. Gun Jin-pyo like got her, deserved her, won her, whatever you want to call it. Even though when Ji-ho came back, he was like, oh, I suddenly have feelings for her and all that stuff, and he first gave her up and then tried to fight for her after Gun Jin-pyo like dropped the ball as well. But like, Gun Jin-pyo didn't drop the ball as majorly as Ji-ho did by running away to France for another woman. Like, what? And then like a Taiwanese drama, my version, there was this one that I watched called Princess Stand-In, where there was like an ugly Betty transformation kind of thing, where she was ugly and then she got plastic surgery to turn beautiful. And when she was ugly, she had like this one dude that treated her like a sister, and then circumstances changed her around where she had to get the plastic surgery to get money from this rich dude to support her family. Big story. Ended up is that the rich dude fell in love with her, and then the dude that she originally loved and treated her like a sister ended up realizing his feelings for her. And honestly, I wanted the rich dude, even though the rich dude was, I'm pretty sure, because I never really finished the drama because I knew how it was going to end, that the rich dude ended up being the second lead, and then the guy that like she loved from the get-go was going to end up with her. But I was wholeheartedly rooting for the second dude because I believe the brother, like, the original dude, he dropped the ball. He treated her like a sister, and you want to realize your feeling when she had to go away? Wrong answer. Try again, Tashi, whatever. Like, it's over. So those are my two. Like, I'm really a believer, like, unless you do something major. And then I guess it would consume, that's why I'm still in between, because from her point of view, he dropped the ball majorly. So she deserves it at the beginning. Okay, I get that. But then when we see his point of view, we see that it wasn't that major of a dropping of the ball. He should have left a note. There should have been a call. There should have been something there to, like, say, I'm coming back for you. Please wait for me. But I don't think there was. There was just an airplane ticket, and then there was, like, I didn't even really get to read the note. I don't know what the note said. So, like, please, like, if you're watching this drama, comment below, tell me what you think or what's gonna happen, and if you see episode 10, tell me that she finally tells you if she has feelings for the ex-husband. There's like something, please. So, thank you for watching. Comment, like below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.